For decades, Wall Street has sold us the same story, that the only way to build wealth for retirement is to put all of your money into the stock market, let it ride for 30 years, and hope that it grows enough. But what if I told you that there's a better way where you can earn double-digit returns up to 15% without one single dollar in the market? Today, I'm going to show you why this alternative strategy not only outperforms traditional retirement accounts, but does it with far less risk. Most people don't realize this. When you invest into a traditional 401k or IRA that averages 8% annual return, it can take up to 10 to 15 years for your investment growth to actually beat out your own contributions. Think about that. For over a decade, most of your account growth is just from your own money, not from market gains. Why? Because early on, your contributions are doing the heavy lifting. The compounding interest that Wall Street promises doesn't kick in until much, much later, and that's assuming that the market behaves. Let's talk about market volatility for a second. The market doesn't move in a straight line. You can have one great year where you have 20% gains, and then follow that right up with a year where you lose 30%. If you're in your 50s or 60s, one bad year can wipe out years of gains, and then you may not have time to recover. If that crash happens right before or during retirement, you may be forced to sell investments for a loss just to cover living expenses, and you don't want to do that. Let's talk about psychological stress. It's not just about numbers. The emotional roller coaster of watching your account swing up and down can push you into some bad decisions, like selling low, sitting out of the market, or chasing hot investments that end up underperforming. Let's talk about lack of control. In the stock market, you have zero control over your returns. Corporate earnings, global conflicts, political events, interest rate changes, all of these things can swing your account balance overnight. You're essentially crossing your fingers for the next 20 or 30 years and hoping everything works out. Now imagine this instead. Contractually fixed, double-digit returns up to 15% annually. Quarterly payouts that you can spend, save, or reinvest immediately. Zero exposure to the stock market, meaning there's no fears of a stock market crash wiping out your savings. And returns backed by real, tangible assets as collateral. This isn't maybe money. This isn't, if the stock market does well. This is written into your contract. At up to 15% fixed annual returns, your money is growing almost twice as fast as the projection of a traditional 401k of 8%, and without the volatility. Plus, because you're getting quarterly payouts, you can start compounding immediately. Or you can start using that income to improve your life now, not 20 years from now. Let's put it simply. In a traditional 401k, it can take up to a decade for your gains to beat out your own contributions. In my fixed return strategy, your money is outperforming from day one and without all the market volatility. So forget what they told you. You don't have to gamble your future on a system that can take it all away in one bad year. You can have growth, security, and predictable income all without the Wall Street roller coaster. Because in retirement, it's not about how much you make in the good years, it's how much you keep in the bad ones. Hi, I'm Bronson McLain from ForgetWhatTheyToldYou.com. If you're ready to do exactly what we've just been talking about, click on the link below, go to my website, and book a call with me today. I'll show you exactly how it works. There's no obligation, no pressure, and no cost. So let's get working today. See ya.